Good time zone. It's me, DjDoubleT, here and existing with some more Tavern Talk as I dive into another chapter. And you guys are all welcome to join me and have a drink in this little tavern because I'm a residential tavern keeper. Alright, without further ado, let's dive in. Tempest Tantrum, Chapter 4, A Guide to Heroism, 42nd of the Primordial Moon. Let's start the day. Morning. Good morning. You look... Also, I turn on the options. If you guys want to help participate in votes, when I click the play button, you are more than welcome to like, what's the word? Click the button that says, not button, you can type up vote, exclamation mark vote 1, exclamation mark 2, exclamation mark vote 3, or any of the other options come up, or even exclamation mark pat undo if you ever need to. But yeah, without further ado, that's it for the quick explanation. You look tired. I'm not. Your eye bags have eye bags. It was a long night. The storm's still storming? Yeah, honestly, that's a good way to put it. I spent all night leading people away from the groves into a planar portal. The Amaranthine Hydra deserves some privacy. And I really don't want someone accidentally wandering into Avalon. The frog venturers keep trying to break out of the treehouse too. I barely even had time to look after Fable's vegetable garden. Do you think they're okay? Do you think the storm has reached Velos too? Are they equipped to handle it? What if they stumble into the Twilight Chasm again? I'm sure Fable's alright. Fable has faced much worse. I'm a bit worried about them too. After everything they've been through, I doubt this storm poses much of a threat to them. That does nothing to calm me down. Have some faith in them. They do. They trust you. Take care of the grove. May you return the favor? Just saying. I'll try. So, now you're here to take a break. Do you need a room so no one sees you resting? No. I just need to sit for 2 minutes in silence is all. It'll be as good as new. Got it. Morning, Senator Elderberry. Are you ready for us to blow your socks off? Depends. Who is we? Big Eye, stop chatting with the sparrows. Get in here. Why's taken? The poor birds. They were almost blown away. That storm isn't gnarly. Luckily, we're here to fix it. That's wonderful news. Can't wait to rebuild Melly's ancient gizmo. Though, innkeeper. Present. Couldn't you just call up your old pal Leviathan and send a prayer, ask him to pick up his tantrum throw in spirit? I tried that. Unfortunately, I'm but a devotee. I don't have a direct line to the guy either. Plus, there's the oath of neutrality, you know? They can only help us so much. I guess he only answers you when you need new recipes. Maybe you can ask for a working compass recipe. While we're at the top of these questions, Una, let me continue with a reasonable one. Didn't Millie want to fix this? Yeah, she does. But I put her on packing duty so she can work out some of those nerves. We'll pick her up once we're done here. I assume that means you'll be joining her? Of course, I know the Highlands well. And Brim and I got super lost on the way back from the book fair yesterday. It was pretty scary for her. I can only imagine what it's like for people and creatures that don't have someone's hand to hold. So, we gotta fix this. Such a good Samaritan. Such a good Samaritan indeed. You're going as well? Well, I was asked. And sometimes I gotta get off my old ass, right? Absolutely. Sometimes you just gotta do it. So, can you build them a compass that'll work? Not a chance. We'll just have to trust our intuition and guess ourselves to the correct destination. Just like the old days. We'll, uh, we'll do our best to... Oh, not wrong accent. Wrong accent right there. We'll do our best to navigate through the storm. Maybe we'll, manage to catch some of, sight of some landmarks. I just hope we get there before it does any more damage. Got any tips from Leviathan's favorite? I'll put this just in case the chat wants to vote for anything. You can type in exclamation mark vote 1, exclamation mark vote 2. I forget if you need a space between the 1 or 2 or not. I mean, the 1 or the 2. But you can do that. I know a navigator you can ask for help. I could write you down some prayers. Yeah, no, no praying. Or a ranger, rather. Ooh. Wait. Ooh. Oleander Verafina, Fable's older brother and very experienced ranger. Sorry, what? He's already been helping people, get home safely through the storm. He might be just the man you need. And he's in desperate need to get out more. Just saying, he needs to touch grass. Well, not really, but, you know, maybe. I don't think you can just... You'll help us? Fable told us great things about you. That would be amazing. Thank you for the flattery, but no, I cannot help you. You look like you're... Well, how do I put this nicely? Actually, I can't even find the word. I wanted to say, you look like you cannot be helped, but like the right, like the insulting way. Think about it this way. The quicker this is solved, the less people will get lost in your forest. And the sooner those frogs will be adventurous again. I can't exactly leave. Just leave. What if something happens while I'm gone? Don't you have, like, 5 sisters? What if something happens to them? Have you ever thought about what happens when I leave as the only brother? Don't you think you're competent? Well, yes, but... But... Don't worry, we'll take really good care of you, alright? It would really help us a lot if you came along. Ugh, fine. I'll take you where you need to go, and I'll bring you back. But I don't want to be involved in your weird adventure. Famous last words, you know? Famous last words. So, how are you planning on approaching this? With luck? And a magical drink? Reassuring. Alright. I say we pack a heavy dose of dexterity for my old fingers, so I can reforge that mechanism thing easy peasy. Just saying. So easy. Maybe also add a little intelligence to the mix. Some extra sparks couldn't hurt. Sounds reasonable enough. Got anything divine to add to that mix? I could offer you some delicious citron, both for the drink and as material for mechanism, I suppose. Perfect. We might need some blessings to fix something so ancient. You know how fickle things are with rust and ancientness. You can't trust those priests to be stocked up with divine favors. This is starting to sound kind of blasphemous. You think you can fix and let me see, ancient and divine design. Well, we'll rebuild it. Right. No. This is what happens when I switch between accents a little too quickly between things. It's like, I'm reading, And then it's like, oh no, they've become this accent. No, it's not that one. So now that I think about it, we might need some strength after all to make any progress with it. Melly said it was so tough she couldn't even scratch it. Not a bad point. Should we add some charisma as well, so we can better talk to the Tempest? Maybe it doesn't want to go back into the Zoetrope. Maybe it does. Either way, we should ask. That's insane. It's a powerful fire spirit. It'll burn you alive and destroy your surroundings before you can ask it about its feelings. That's what fire resistance is for. I like the way you think, big guy. Innkeeper, I think we could use your wisdom. Dexterity, intelligence, and divine blessings to put all of our focus on rebuilding the mechanism? Or, strength, charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent? And fire resistance so we can try to commune with the spirit? Let me think about it. What kind of drink do I want to make today? Alright. Chat, you guys are more than welcome to vote for options if you guys feel like it. But if not, again, exclamation mark vote 1, exclamation mark vote 2. If not, I can always do it myself. Do I want speed? Do I want attack and charisma? I kind of want the brain power. Like, instead of defense, I want brain power and split this. Which one has speed? Speed? No, no brain. Speed? Speed, speed, speed. It is hot chocolate. Okay, hot chocolate, and then it wants an infusion of the dragon head. Which one was it? This one? No, that attracts the things we need, though. That one? That one. Speed. We'll say too, if you want speed, you can always help vote for options. I did allow you guys to, like, if you guys want to help me make choices, if I can't decide on it, you're more than welcome to help me join it. Anyways, okay. Let me add 2 splashes of green. 1, 2. A smidge of charisma, which is yellow. Well, the bottle's kind of orange, amber yellow. And then I need brain. We need 1 splash of brain. There you go, Andu. And if you guys want pet Andu, you can also type an exclamation mark pet Andu. It gets little head pats. Since the game is connected to the chat as well. Quite nice. There you go, head pats. Serve it up. A drink for you. Let's focus on rebuilding this thing. Once you figure that out, I think the spirit won't be too big of an obstacle. Fair enough, Seitsu. I appreciate you lurking. But Seitsu, are you going through another storm, or is it just like your internet's just bad in general? And this way, you can keep up with Oleander's speed. Can't wait to bounce my ideas off you kids. This will be a fun journey. I'm excited. Maybe you can say hi to the Give regarding the temple too. Ooh, we should. Sorry, just to clarify, what Give? Oh, there's a giant Give guarding the Dragon Temple near Verica. Some of the others ran into it last year while looking for the ever-burning flame. Right, yeah. Normal occurrences, typical adventuring stuff, sure, I get it. You got this. We'll see. I should go pick up some supplies. I'll meet you at Broom's place. Man, I can't forget words today for the life of me. Head left from the Wizard Towers until you smell the bread from the bakery. It should be easy enough to find from there. Ooh, thank you, Aldi. No. Thank you. Imagine saying, we'll say thank you to you, like, now. Just now. I'm sure you'll get it to stick. Nicknames usually do. We've gotta head out too, Innkeeper. I need to stock up on snacks for Dindy before we leave, and on some bread. That bakery sounds tempting.
Oh, we'll be back soon.
I'm looking forward to it. Don't forget to pray for us. Hear those little yawns of the little creature going, yeah. I would never. Alright, keep an eye out for the Levy, alright? Your friend is causing a lot of trouble, Levi. Sure, we'll go with that. I promise you'll have fun with it. Here you go, Andu. Whoa, that was a really short day. Some food for you, some sleeping, and the candle. It's blown out. A new day. Tempest Tantrum, Chapter 5, The Eye of the Storm, the 50th of the primordial moon. Dive in. May the roosters go cock-a-doodle-doo. Would you look at that? The weather's cleared up. Does that mean they were successful? Hopefully no one turned into frog. Hopefully no one turned into fog. Oh, good morning, innkeeper. Mistas? I did. But I consoled myself with the hope that you guys would bring the sun back to my tavern, which you did. I take it the quest was a success? Bingo! Congratulations. Seems like you three saved Pessoa once again. Or at least you saved a lot of people from getting lost. Speaking of which, where's Oleander? What? He was right behind us. Maybe, maybe he got distracted by the bakery?
Can't blame him for that. We almost lost Dinty there as well.
Or maybe the bread ate him. I guess someone has to check. Bummer. Looks like I'll have to miss out on a drink.
Are you just trying to avoid the recap?
No, I'm doing the pretty elf a favor. I'm offering him my seat so he can be part of whatever this is.
I have more than enough chairs.
See ya.
Luna's like, I'm a dipping. No more work, I'm done. Can I please offer someone a drink?
I'd love one.
Very well, detective. Any specific wishes?
Something that'll fire up my brain, so I'll be well prepared for my next case.
On it. What would you like? Oh, brain, okay. So we got the peak sunrise. We got the silent owl. We have... Okay, so sunrise or silent owl? You know what, Melly's always such a bright child. Let's make that. Yeah, we got the bit of the sunshine. Okay, we got that in there. Then we add one splash of green. A lot of purple. And the peak sunrise is done. Time to serve it up.
What are you gonna do?
Alright, ding. Drink is served. I'm pretty sure you'll like this one.
Taste test. Delicious. No ancient puzzles or spirits will be safe for me ever again.
Now, care to tell me more about your heroic quest in the Highlands?
Heavily. I've traveled to America many times, but because of the winter storm, it was really hard to tell where we were going. Then, right when even Ollie thought we were lost, we saw a very special star glowing brightly through the fog. Glad Tia's still out there taking care of us. I really miss her. But it felt like she was right there with us.
Tia's star helped Ollie get us back on track. Like, he knew exactly what her twinkles meant.
Some would also call it skill.
Welcome back to my tavern. Did Una save you from the bread? Barely. Good to hear. Your companions were just singing your praises. Oh,
Thanks to Ollie's a fantastic sense of direction, we traveled so fast. But when we finally reached the foot of the mountain, you know, the one with the dragon temple, suddenly the ground beneath us started rumbling and shaking. At first I thought I'd accidentally stepped on a trap or freed another angry spirit.
but it was just a groove. You say that like it was nothing.
It was huge, a huge snake with wings. It was just as friendly as Cal said. It got along really well with Clay. He even got it to let us ride on its back.
It was,
So cool. I bet Artie's gonna be so jealous when I tell him I've ridden a Girv.
it was very reckless. All of us could have gotten hurt.
Sometimes I wonder if you're allergic to fun. Achoo.
Oh, admit it all. Ollie, you really liked the grip too. I saw you studying at scales. It was interesting. I guess a fascinating creature. And surprisingly gentle.
See, admitting it didn't hurt, right?
It almost did. The give carried us all the way to the top of the mountain to the Dragon Temple's door.
Finally, I get to talk to the priest and figure out how to fix my zoetrope. Leviathan zoetrope, of course.
The priests were amazed by the zoetrope even though it was broken. They said it was oozing divinity, which sounded unhealthy but also like a good thing. Una got them to invite us into their divine workshop to get a closer look at their forge and materials. I'm pretty sure she looked through every single one of their crates trying to find metal we could fuse with the zoetrope. She also pocketed a lot of their crystals. Maybe she'll give you some later, Innkeeper. What?
Nothing. Anyway, even though Una was wearing her coolest goggles, none of the metals were ancient enough to match ours. But Una was about to give up. She asked the priest if their forges could melt the citron we brought. Guess what? Their forges can melt anything. Cool, right?
Very? Very cool. So cool. Epic, in fact.
They really wanted to know where we had gotten all that citron from, though.
Who can say?
That's what I said.
Speaking of citron, do you think you can make me a drinking keeper? Well, you did make it sound delicious. How could I ever refuse you?
What are we serving today?
Huh? I'm so confused. Do they want the exact same drink? Oh gosh, I didn't read. What did we? What did? What? No. Where did I go for dialogue? Dialogue. Oh, they want citron as well. Okay, which one was the citron again? This is different. They never like asked for like just the specific thing. Citron, citron, citron. Aha! Okay, so they want a drink with citron in it. Citron. It's funny that we use citron to make things, and then citron to like drink things. Anyways, the recipes, drinks. Okay, citron gives me. What does it give me exactly? Okay, so attack and defense. What do I have that gives me attack and defense that I don't need to like? Okay, maybe Sailor's Courage. I think. Okay, 2 splashes of this. A bit of this. And a bit of green. A little bit of courage goes a long way. Alright, citron coming right up. Ding! A drink with digestible citron just for you. Oh, thank you. It's just the taste I had hoped. Though not as crunchy.
Anyway, Can we get back to Una's cool concept?
Lively?
We decided to fix the zoetrope by building the missing parts out of Citron. A brand new trope, so to speak. I helped Una draw up the blueprints based on Archie and my studies. We added some flower engravings too, because Baya always says that there's nothing happier than flowers. And then Clay and Una got to foraging.
She trusted me with the heavy lifting. But while she did all the finicky steps, I learned so much. I asked her if she could help me redecorate my animal shelter sometime too. She said yes. I'm excited.
Good choice. She'll come up with something great. I give better woodworking classes. I'm not a disser. Or explosive.
Which is also great.
Exactly. What part of the forging did you take on, Oleander?
Ollie didn't like our approach.
It's not that I didn't like it, it's just seemed ineffective. The plan was to convince the spirit to go back inside the zoetrope, but you wanted to fundamentally change the original design. I thought, what's the point of changing it so much that the spirit might not even recognize it anymore? Going through all that effort, would it be worth it? It would just make it angrier. What a waste of time.
I told them that change doesn't have to be bad. Though, sure, we couldn't rebuild the zoetrope exactly how it was before. But who was to say the spirit wouldn't like its new home? Maybe not in the same way, or maybe not as much, but in a new way. I don't think we should just deny ourselves just joy because something feels unfamiliar to us. Besides, what we wanted to give, it was peace and happiness, not nostalgia.
Well, yeah, I wasn't really up for life lessons at the time, so I just chatted with the priest while the rest of them worked their way into the forge. He gave me a tour of the temple, showed me the clock tower, the enchanted statues, the desecrated altar of the burning flame. They were still pretty down about the primordial flood extinguishing it. The temple felt cold without it, no matter how many candles they lit, and so on and so forth. But they covered it up to their overly complicated feelings by telling me all about the temple's architecture. I got a whole lecture on how it has evolved since its original conception. They didn't remember it when it was first built, but they did have a few myths up their sleeves.
Really fun myths. Ollie told us all about them on the way back, but I'm skipping ahead. Una and Clay did an awesome job. They melted some of the parts of the zoetrope, then reforged them together using the citron and divine blessings from your drinks. It made the whole thing sparkle. I even felt like I could hear a distant, gentle melody as Una slipped the final piece into place and Clay brought down the hammer for the first time. And then, as if summoned by the mechanism's new finished form, we heard a loud crash from outside. We all rushed out there in record time, and I made sure to tuck the zoetrope under my arm as we ran. It was radiating a soft heat like a divine hand warmer.
When we got inside, we saw that one of the temple statues had both been smashed and burned to bits. Right in front of us, the Tempest and the Gear were fighting.
It was pretty gnarly.
I think I could sense us doing something to the mechanism and then rushed the Highlands in a blind panic. It looked even angrier than the last time I saw it, and I got really scared. The air around us was scorching hot, but I was frozen solid. I just couldn't move. I couldn't do anything.
It's okay, Melly. We all feel that way sometimes.
Your fear is there to keep you alive. Mindless, reckless heroism isn't always the answer. Though sometimes bravery is, and you found it just in time, didn't you?
I did. I felt Clay's hand on my shoulder, and I knew I could do it. So I stepped forward, held out the zoetrope, and said as loud as I could, "I'm sorry that your home was broken, and that I left you all alone and scared. I built you a new home, if you want it."
Immediately, the Tempest rushed towards her, and I wanted to interfere, but Una held me back, told me to trust her.
The spirit encircled me and the zoetrope for what felt like an eternity. But then, just like how it had escaped when I first found it, it glided back into the mechanism's reattached centerpiece. Suddenly, the raging storm around us changed. It was still there, but it got quieter, less angry, more sad. The warmth of the zoetrope against my hands felt lonely too somehow. It didn't even start spinning. Just sat there in my arms with a small flickering flame in the center. I realized the zoetrope had been lost in the forest for so long, the place the spirit once belonged to probably didn't even exist anymore. It was back in the mechanism, but now? Were we supposed to just put it back in the forest? Would it get lost again? What purpose did it have now? I pulled the zoetrope closer to my chest so the spirit knew it wasn't alone, but I knew I couldn't bring it back to the past either. Then Ollie stepped up to me and asked if he could hold it for a second.
I was thinking about them putting it back to, like, once they said the eternal flame, fire elemental, they have to put it back at the pedestal. I was thinking back to what the priest told me earlier, about how the temple had changed over the years. Now Clay had said that change could be a new beginning if you let it in. I thought, well, I brought the zoetrope to the empty altar where the ever-burning flame had once stood. In the center of the giant hall, with high winds and perfect lighting conditions for a show of animated shadows. Gently I set the zoetrope down in the center of the altar. It felt like a good place for it to dance, like maybe it could find a new purpose there. Maybe it could light up the temple with joy again. I was sure it hated my idea at first, since the storm suddenly rushed into the temple and spun around the zoetrope like a small tornado. But then, the storm swirled and swirled until it became a gentle whirl at around the zoetrope, turning it slowly in circles as the spirit danced in the center.
It projected all these beautiful images on the walls, made of shadows that almost felt alive.
When I saw frogs, I realized it was showing stories I'd witnessed during the storm. Some people, some hopeful, some sad, some heroic or funny. The priests were delighted.
And the spirit lit up the temple with new life.
Would have danced along with it too, when it was clear the zoetrope's repairs would hold.
That's beautiful. Yes, it is. I'm proud of you, all of you. Well, that's a pretty impressive temple remodel.
Right? Maybe I should ask Ollie for some remodeling tips.
I'm not too bad at woodworking, actually.
So, I can invite you to the sleeping forest and you'll help me build a new barn?
You know what? Sure. I think I could stop by for a few days. But first, I need a break, and desperately.
Saving the world is pretty exhausting, isn't it?
Also, while we do that, let me read the character description.
On the surface, it seems he struggles with empathy and spontaneity, but there's something slumbering deep within. His problem-solving skills are remarkable and proved very useful. Maybe this adventure ignited a spark for many more to come.
Very. You know what's perfect for a break? A drink, agreed. Would you like something for your headaches? No, actually, Claire recommended Claire recommended some of your heartier drinks.
If you feel exhausted in your bones, a little bit of liquid defense will fix you right up.
I'd like to give that a try. I'll make that possible. Oh, how cute. Friendship. Okay, defense, let's attack. We could make a steel tonic. Or we can make a first snow. Let's go for our first snow. It's been a hot minute since I made it for some first snows. Ice. Defense? 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 This one. A little bit of that. A splash of this. A bit of blue, because them girlies and galleys and duties and non-binary folk love a bit of blue. There we go. A first snow. Come right up. Would you like a drink? There you go. You might have to get accustomed to the taste, though. Let me give it a try. Let me give it a try. It's good. Different from what I usually order, but good.
Glad you like it.
You're taking recommendations. May I recommend a quest? Let's take it slow.
Are you guys done with all your yapping yet?
Missed the most exciting part.
Nah, I think I just arrived just in time. I'm craving some free drinks, old pal.
Adventures always come with free drinks, you know that.
I'd be up for another round myself.
Me too.
Me three.
Round 2, many it is. Wait, that was all for the DLC? I thought it would be like a longer adventure. Wow. Well, that's the end of the DLC, guys. But I saw Oleander and I thought, oh, I gotta get 2 more characters because like, there's 2 roster slots and like 2 recipes. I guess with only 1 drink. But it's fun serving them, and I gotta solve like the simple like issue. I wonder if Oleander would be featured in this like credits for this time around. The weather changes. Do we see the stars? I'm one of those people who like, for Marvel movies or any movie in general that you know that should may or may not have a like extra scene at the end of movies, I'll watch through it. And credits are fun to look because like you could look through names, you're like, I like that name, or that's a name you want to find for some reason. But it was fun. I guess that's my adventure done with Tavern Talk overall. I can't believe it. Done so soon. Well, it has been many months in the making. So that means next Wednesday when we play like a different story-based game, or we continue with our dating sims, well, I guess it'll be another adventure. I wonder what I should do next. There's like so many like in the backlog. I wonder how language they went for this game. Okay, so we have simplified Chinese localization, Japanese localization, German localization, English edition, journal. Okay. Any other languages? Huh. Quest project management. Is it bad that I kind of want to read through the names? Project management. Aurelie Baran, Guido Di Carlo. English editing dialogues, Caitlin Isaacson. Korean translation, Cindy Kim. Korean proofreading, Shulbong John. German translation, Annabelle Mertz. German proofreading, Madeline Beret. And special thanks to all these people and folks. Alright, but doesn't it seem like there's anything else for this? But yeah, that's Tavern Talk. How fun. Oh, I got like a Bantu sticker sitting boba. Oh, it's a plushie campaign too. Right, they're doing like campaigns for like different things that you guys wanted. And then I think there's a wanted wall for like all the supporters. I think. Unless you're supposed to like do art and they add you in. He's banned for his poor singing and an unpaid fine for some broken glasses. Oh no. Alright. I will wrap up this section and then we'll switch off to the other thing we're gonna do for tonight. Thank you to those who came by for some Tavern Talk, from Zay to Scarlet, and anybody else who stopped by. And if you see this finale on YouTube, thank you for watching. And if you want to see me live and play like a different story-based game at some point, feel free to come to Twitch. But for now, DjDoubleT, out and about, and be right back. Got a brief moment.